Hey guys, this is my first ever YouTube video. It's Ookamice, aka Aaron, you can call me either or. But with the whole new leak yesterday from Rockruff about the first wolf Pokemon, I really wanted to make a video speculating on its typing, its abilities and its stats. So here we go. As we can see with the Rockruff leak, you get the day form and the night form. Both pretty cool looking. I personally prefer day form a lot more wolf style. Where off I'm a little bit disappointed it doesn't have the tail and its style of fur going upwards. There's not big things. A lot of people have been speculating that the day form is going to be normal fairy, but I think it's not going to lose the rock typing. And let's transition over to the research I've done on pretty much the stats and abilities, what I think. It's all speculation, not anything concrete. So here on the left side we have the day form. The name is Looney Ragon, or Ragan. I'm not really great at reading and writing, so I can't really pronounce it, but it's the day form. I think it's going to be either a pure rock type or fairy rock. It's hard to tell exactly, but I think it'll be either or. I think the fairy rock will be better if the night form is going to be rock dark, for contrast between them, night and day. Obviously I think that's why it'll be a little bit better. But for the abilities, I think both of the wolf forms will both have intimidate, but for the day form I think strong jaw, since obviously on 4s is not going to be using its claws or anything. It's mainly going to be using the jaw to bite things. I just think it'd be more better, good competitive play as well. Justified, again, this is for the contrast between them. If hit by dark move, it attacks that raises. So if the night form is dark, obviously dark moves are going to be priority, so there could be conflict between the two, and that way it's adapted to kind of use the dark power against it. But that's just a guess. When it comes down to the stats, let's scroll down a little bit here. I took a rock averaging, fairy averaging, combined them. The average stats for an early game Pokemon that evolves into first stage, such as Mightyana, another kind of doggish Pokemon, which has a base stat of 420, but this Pokemon, Rockruff, I think it's more key to the story, so I feel like they're going to give it better stats. I only upped it by 40 just to make it a little bit closer to the starter, because it's meant to tie in with them a lot. I could be 100% wrong on it, but we'll just have to wait and see. So if it does remain a pure rock type, I've went with 80, 95, 95, 50, 70, and 70 again. So that's HP 80, attack 95, defense 95, special attack 50, because rocks types don't really use special attack very often. Special defense they have kind of averaged out as well. The speed I kind of gave a bit higher, because based off Mightyena, kind of wolf Pokemon and dog Pokemon alike are a little bit faster, but rocks are generally a lot slower. So that's more of a guess on based off its features and stuff, not its typing. But when it comes to Rock Fairy, I made it with the averages and stats. I kind of looked at them, and 70 for the HP between Rock and Fairy is more suitable, because they both have roughly 70 base average. And 90, I went for the attack again, because it is going to be mainly a hard hitting Pokemon due to the rock type, but fairies don't usually use physical attacks, so I feel like it will have higher attack but decent special attack. It's all speculation, I'm not 100% on it, but it's just rough guessing here. So the next part I went with is lower defense for the rock fairy combination, due to the fact that fairies don't have that great of defense. I try to keep it high enough, 90. It's near the base stat of both of them. I just think it would be pretty defensive with the rock fairy, especially with that 4 times weakness to steel. But the special attack I gave it pretty high, 70, so I think it'd be still a pretty good, decent mix attacker. We'll see when it comes out. For all I know, I'm 100 times wrong. But for special defense, they're both pretty decent when it comes to special defense, around the 80 mark. So I gave it a rough around 80, because if you drag up the average totals to the 460 mark, it works out a little bit better. And then speed, both Rock and Fairy are both really slow Pokemon, so I gave the lower speed stat because they both combined are really slow. But that's just the day form. If we go over to the night form, we can see night. I think it's going to be Rock, Dark Rock. But if there was going to be another type, I'd say it might be Rock Fighting, but I really doubt it. I'd say it's definitely going to be Rock Dark. Same standard ability for the Intimidate. Tough Claws, because werewolves usually stand on two legs, they're more bipedal creatures, and they'd use their claws and their teeth. So the direct contact moves from Tough Claws I think would be a great competitive one, and it works well with the design and concept. And Zombie, because werewolves would be up all night, prevents Pokemon from sort of falling asleep, so I think that's a very suitable ability as well. So if we go down to the stats, they're very similar, but there are slight differences. I think the HP will be a little bit lower with the Rock Dark typing, based off the averages of Rock and Dark, but I think its attack is going to be a lot higher because it's going to be definitely a physical sweeper probably. I can't see it being a special sweeper at all. Defense, it's still pretty high because it does have that Rock type, but it would be a lot weaker compared to some of the more bulkier Rock types. It's hard to tell though, but I'd say it'd be more squishy than them, but with decent defense, tank enough. It's maybe 1-2 depending. Special attack, again, Rock and Dark are more physical Pokemon. It has decent special attack, but not great. It wouldn't be something you'd want to use in competitive play, but whatever you pick, that's your choice. Special defense, again, both have pretty decent, around 60-70, so I gave it the higher one just because I've raised the stats, so they had them a few extra stat points to throw in. But I think for speed it's going to be around 80 because Mightyena has been a pretty fast Pokemon, and that's a Dark type as well. So Rock Dark, I thought the Rock might drag it down, but with the increase of 40 points compared to Mightyena, it has 10 points, and I can see it being a fast physical sweeper. Well, that's what I think is going to happen. I'd like to hear from your comments and your ideas to see where I might have been wrong or what you might think be a better ability or better stats. It's just all kind of guessing, but that's me. Hopefully you liked the video, like and subscribe.